Hey guys, and welcome back to our Crypto and Friends YouTube channel. I'm Finn as always, and I would say we will today have a look at the Solana chart. We last had a few on the Solana chart, I think 1 or 2 weeks ago. Liam made this video and he already told you we got that big symmetrical triangle, a second one after our first symmetrical triangle, after we filled our price target for our first symmetrical triangle. And now is the question, what is happening with this symmetrical triangle? Because on the 4-hourly time frame, we must say we invalidated our symmetrical triangle to the upside and to the downside, because we just tried to break out to the upside, tried to break out to the downside, but those didn't work out pretty well. So we are at the day chart back in our symmetrical triangle. And if we have a look at the day chart, we must also say we didn't get a close beneath our symmetrical triangle, so we can't say on our day chart this chart pattern is invalid. For sure we got a fake out to the upside, but we don't got a fake out to the downside. So for me, I must say I'm very confident with the lower trend line that could hold for that symmetrical triangle to break out to the upside. So in my opinion, we must take the symmetrical triangle still pretty serious. But we must also talk about another chart pattern, because that symmetrical triangle could also be drawn in as a descending triangle. If we switch the chart here, you can see we got an even bigger descending triangle on the same time frame. So we must say theoretically, this is the more valid pattern, because we even didn't get a fake out. Okay, here we got a little fake out at the beginning of the pattern, but then we didn't get a fake out. But we also must say we could even change that symmetrical triangle and change the upper trend line, so the upper trend line also didn't get invalid like the trend line of the descending triangle, because that's actually the same. So we can't say that the symmetrical triangle is more invalid than the descending triangle, but in my opinion it's more likely that we will break out sooner than later out of that symmetrical triangle, because we have our main support. Solana didn't break that support line or even that resistance line since its beginning, so I'm pretty sure or pretty confident that this will be a very big chance for the bulls to pump the Solana price up and to maybe even fill the price target of that symmetrical triangle. But for now, we have to talk about the price targets of that symmetrical triangle. We already told you before in Liam's video 1.5 weeks ago that this price target is something around $290 to $300. So you can see we have massive potential to the upside for Solana. But we must also see what's the price target for that descending triangle, and that could be, as you guys can see right now, that could be the downside to probably $130. And if we have a breakdown to $130, we must also say that our very massive horizontal resistance we are actually in by Solana at the moment would be over, or at least nearly over. Because if we have a look, we have massive horizontal resistance lines just right here. We retested it here, we tried to break it here, and so on and so on. We have massive horizontal resistance here. So you guys can see here is massive trading volume. So if we get a breakdown here, we have massive chances to maybe reverse here, or something like that. But if we break down below that, the next very big horizontal resistance for us would be something like $50 to $60 or something. So that would be in very, very big breakdown we don't want to see happening for Solana. So we will maybe have a look at the smaller time frames to see if there are any good chances to break that symmetrical triangle to the upside. And yes, there are. We are forming something like which line is that? The symmetrical line, yes, for sure. We are forming a falling wedge on the 1-hourly time frame, as you guys can see, or we didn't form it, we just broke it out. So that price target for this falling wedge right here would definitely be the $216, and we will jump on the daily time frame again in a second. But first I wanted to say, we also must say Solana did get a big reject here, but we must say for an altcoin which normally overperforms Bitcoin, so if Bitcoin getting 10% correction or 20% correction, the altcoins getting maybe 30 or 40% correction. Solana didn't get that big corrected, and also got bought up very fast. So it's still looking pretty bullish in my opinion on Solana, and if we have our breakout target of $216, we can already tell if we jump back to the daily time frame. If we get a daily close at $216, that would be right here, we would definitely see a breakout out of our symmetrical triangle. So in my opinion, if we see that this falling wedge on a 1 hourly time frame will reach its price targets of $216, I'm extremely sure that Solana could, or the bulls at least have the chance to reach that price target of $290 to $300 if Solana reaches its first price target of $216. But for sure there is also a little bit resistance before that, because we got our all-time high at $260, which will of course be some kind of resistance for us. But for sure, if we will just imagine we could reach our price target of $290 to $300, something like that here, in my opinion it's very likely that if this scenario happen and we reach our price target and pump to $290 to $300, I'm pretty sure Solana will carry on and don't just stop here or reverse here. I'm pretty sure Solana will reach and try to get in retest or maybe test on that resistance line above us, and that will be some price levels nearly to, at the moment, $500, and realistically seen when Solana has the time to pump up like that, we will maybe be around something like $600. So you see we have for real massive price targets for Solana in the future. But for sure, we have some smaller steps to do. We have to fill our breakout target of that 1 hourly symmetric falling wedge, which will be at $216. We are in some heavy resistance area at the moment, for sure. Until we reach our all-time high, it won't be easy for Solana to pump. But if we reach our all-time high and if we reach our price target, I'm pretty sure Solana will do an insane pump to the upside. So I would say that's it for this video today. If you enjoyed the video of Solana, please go down right now, leave a subscription for the channel, activate the bell so you don't miss any of our videos. We would really appreciate it. And if you like the video, of course, leave a like and discuss with us in the comments. What do you think of Solana? What do you think about the price target? I'm very interested in your opinions. I would say that's it from my side. Bye bye.